Bell has a 22-point advantage. We knew this was going to be a points battle. 22 points is a lot. And so to start the day out, it starts at 22 points here. Byron's going to be trying to eat into that all day long. And so he's able to get a chunk of points at stage 1, finishing second, cuts that point deficit down to 13 points. The 20 car is able to collect some points, get a little bit closer, but Bell is not able to get as many points as Byron. So they cut it down to 12. This ends up being a 3-point swing right here.
We still have a cushion. We got our track position now. We're on the same sequences as the 24. Let's get to the end of the stage, put tires on it, and kind of just run right around the 24 the rest of the day. We're going to cruise on to Phoenix, and everything's going to be good. But they come down pit road, and this is what happens, Luke.
Yeah, we have a big mishap right here. As the wheel comes off on the left front, the lug nut actually comes dislodged, and we see it fly out.
You'll see it right there. And we'll play this back and forth a little bit. And that lug nut is supposed to stay in the socket of the gun when the tire changer throws that tire to his right. The lug nut's in the socket of the gun, so when he goes and engages the new tire going on and wheel, it'll just run it right on up. And you can see the changer go back, and he's confused because he's like, I'm hitting it, I'm running it on, I know it's not tight. And you can see him wondering, what is going on here? This feels like something that is wrong, and he doesn't realize the lug nut has come out of his gun. And they get off, obviously they get lucky. He goes around the racetrack. The tire and the wheel stay on, but when they come back in, you'll see here, it was very obvious when we watched it, Luke, he doesn't use his gun to take this left front wheel off. So the lug nut is missing, and that's when we had to go back, find it somewhere else. He reaches for a new lug nut to put the new wheel on, and during this sequence of events, it really hurts the 20's track position. He goes from running in the top 10 to outside the top 30, which means he's going to have to make up some positions here if he wants to not have that deficit, that point buffer he had, cut into anymore. So let's go into the last lap, where we had some chaos go on, and Christopher Bell here is the first car 1 lap down. Can't gain any more spots until other cars get lapped in front of him. That happens about 5 laps before this, where the 23 gets lapped. So Christopher Bell can gain 1 spot, and that's the spot he needs to tie the 24 car, and he gets the playoff bid based off the tiebreaker.
Yeah, so he's going to do anything he can to try to get this 1 spot. The 23's up there, struggling. The 20 dives into the corner here and just is in too hot, hits the fence, and then makes this move that is eerily similar to something we saw a few years ago.
Yeah, NASCAR said after the Hail Melon in 2022 that if they deem that unsafe, a move done on the racetrack, they already had a rule written, if they deemed it unsafe, something similar to what happened that year, that they could penalize you. And that penalty would be tail end of your lap or a time penalty. They ended up penalizing the 20 car after seeing this. They penalized him 4 points, which put him from 18th spot, because he had just passed the 23, to 22nd, and that point difference got William Byron into the playoffs.
Ironically, it was the same corner that the rule was put in place for, so I'm sure that weighed into the decision.